Hey, what's going on? Sorry about that. If this doesn't work out the second time, I guess I'll have to figure out why and call it a day. But internet's shaky, so I don't know how long I spoke before I noticed last time. So a little turn and JNUG while we are waiting. A 1 minute turn. Let's see if it did not come in. Came into the 8 on the daily for JNUG. Let's see if it'll hold there. Fine trend to keep going. Looks like a nice bounce. 2260. So 2260 was the mark. Looks like pretty close. The bottom, which is amazingly enough previous highs on the daily chart. See if it'll hold here. SVBL, watch for a previous high break on that one. JNUG's powerhouse in it. Straight up. My internet cut out, so I don't even know what happened. Must have been talking 2 or 3 minutes before I noticed it was missing. So, sorry about that. Give me a second. JNUG. JNUG's going to hit this gap down. See what happens when it hits resistance at the gap. I imagine if it hits resistance, it'll back off. And it looks like it's already starting to do that. So let's get it to the resistance point, though, is what I want. Let's get it to that gap. SBBL, watch for the previous break. Tahoe's the big hitter this morning. No way to catch it unless you're already in it. It's another thing about equities I just totally do not like. Should be an equal playing field for everybody. This was probably started 3 o'clock in the morning or something. Who knows? I can't even get a backfill on it. Let's see what actually happened on this. I'm not showing anything other than that open. Looks like it did it right before the open. I don't trust my data though. Never mind. Let's see if it'll fill the gap at least. Tahoe, back in the game. JNUG for a double top, triple top there. Let's see where support holds. Bullish retracement in right now on the 1 minute. Over the 34, back into the 34 on the 1 minute. The bullish retracement. Let's see where support holds. If it holds. SVBL. Watch for a previous high break. It's a little penny stock, so watch out. It's got some volume. See if it'll carry across. Looks like support on JNUG was short and sweet. Let's get through that resistance then. Oh, so tight here. See the sharp U? I want like a 1-2 punch. Now I got a flat top over resistance at that gap. Let's see if it'll do it. Does it make a double top? So I could put in a double top. JNUG breaks a double top. Good job. Nice short and sweep resistance. Let's see where it goes. It's breaking inside the gap on the 1 minute. Hit resistance pretty hard though. Let's see if it'll break through. A little short rejection so far on the break inside the gap. Looks like a rejection. Now it's a falling star. See what happens. Now it's a 2-bar reversal. It's kind of break inside that gap. Hasn't done it yet. It's got another double top now. Tantech, I'm not sure about this one. If it's just a basic materials mining. But it's got a previous high break on the daily and monthly now. So watch that one. JNUG between resistance and support. Excuse me. So TGB, looking for a previous high break on TGB. It's a little lively this morning. JNUG's looking good. It's gearing up for a little push across the resistance into the gap. See if it'll do it. It's got a lot of pressure on the downside. It's going to hold that 8. Looks like it's going to push across. Bounce right off that 8 on the daily. It's pretty thin. It's on a thread. No one's chatty this morning. Must be tired like me. Here she goes one more time. Boom, boom, right there. Broke previous highs, back into the gap. Let's see that 1 minute gap fill now. I got 24.20. See if I can get up in that area. Good job, JNUG. Getting on up. Broke that double top. Into the gap. Let's see, 24.20. Let's see if that happens. Fill the gap. Tahoe's still climbing. It's not just a gap, it's a gap and run. Bullish retracement now. Broke previous highs. Now it's coming back into support. See a slow, methodical stair step into support. Excuse me. GDX. Let's see these two. Actually, cancel that. Dollars up. Looks like a 3-bar reversal working. S&P. How is this even? How is this real? 2 hurricanes. It's still going up. Mass evacuations. No one's working. Everyone's looting. I saw. How is this going straight up? How is this 20 points ahead today on the S&P? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's got to be hyperinflation. I think they're losing control. Previous high breaks coming on NASDAQ. Just a joke. Just a joke. Crude is coming back into support. Real money should be ahead today. Way ahead. Gold, silver, both down. Copper. Looks like copper's having a reversal, but it's a bearish retracement back into resistance. Hanging man followed by a confirmation dark cloud cover. How is the S&P up 20 points? Is all of Florida not trading today? Texas is still hurting. This is bull. Calling bull. BS. Big BS. That's a bunch of crap. J-Nug. Still trying to cover that gap on the open. See what happens. Silver bull still hanging 10. Stupid penny stock's the only promising thing I see on the miners. Unless you were in Tahoe. PVG just broke previous highs in the daily. So you got a continuation on PVG. Western Copper came into support. I want to check that one out. Broke previous highs back into support. Can't believe S&P's up 20 points. That's just a load of crap right there. Talk about a fake market. Not even a blip on the radar after all of Florida was evacuated. Calling a bunch of BS on that. Look at that huge green candle on the Dow. Who the hell in their right mind is buying right now? Oh my God. Let's watch for a rejection on the lower high for the Dow. See how that pans out. NASDAQ looks like it's going to break previous highs. What a joke. Gold and silver on the downside should be just the opposite. Equity should be way down. Real money should be all the way up through the ceiling. Not much of crap. Can't stand it. PVG still on its highs. Just doing a little cherry picking. SVBL is on its highs. It's got some more volume. Watch for a previous high break on that penny stock. It's a pink sheet, I believe. Boom, boom. Watch for volume. Looks like JNUC's coming into a brick wall. It's got to hold that 8. 2-bar reversal on the top. Hold the 8 for momentum. It's got to take out that 2-bar. It's getting close. Previous high breaks. Could use previous high breaks from Friday's close at 12.50 if you're in it. Otherwise, the flat top's coming at the previous high. It's 13 something change. I'm not sure. It's got to hold that 13. JNUG hit a raw. Below the 13, below the 8 into the 13 now. It's into previous highs. Bullish retracement. Let's see what happens. It's got to hold support, otherwise it's going to fall back in. That gap is a good support line on the open, no 1 minute open. Anyone want to tell me why the S&P and the Dow are up like through the roof almost? It's sick. Look at this, it's still going. Previous high breaks on S&P shoot through the moon. What a joke. What's it going to take for the market to turn? I don't know. A bigger disaster, I guess. I don't know. You got 2 big disasters, one after another. No economic numbers came out that are any good, I believe. Unless I'm unaware. But the big news is a hurricane, and this is going through the roof. Calling a bunch of BS on that. Oh, but look, the dollar looks strong. Dollar's on its lows. Despite the hurricane, I can hear the news now. Despite the hurricanes, the dollar ends up strong. Shut the heck up. Oh, that makes me so mad. Everything's so fake. I don't understand why we put up with this crap. Fake, 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 all the way around. PVG breaking highs again. MXSG. I can't get a chart for it, so I haven't done anything. But looks good. I guess 36% up. I do not have a chart. Tahoe's at 42, reached its highs at 7. JNUG's bearish retrace back into resistance, so it looks like it's going to come back, but it's going to fall back through that gap for support. So all that work is not going to hold. 2-bar reversal, hang in 10 up here. So gather its legs, try again. Got to fill that gap eventually on the upside. But it fell short. Fell pretty short. Let's see, let's gather its legs and churn again. Yes, I am. I was up too late playing cryptos. Anywho's, I mean, it's a bunch of bull though. Nothing's real. That is not, those charts are not real. It's a reflection of crap, nothing else. Where's my charts? There she is, there it is. I mean, it's still on its highs. The S&P is still on its highs. It's just a bunch of crap. I don't know, if anyone can explain it to me, that'll be awesome, but these markets should be coming down pretty hard. And that's a fact. SID still running. No idea about this one, but lithium took off. PVGs turns out to be the best one this morning. Broke previous highs on the daily chart. Breaking into previous lows, PVG, just coming off the bottom of the chart, found an opposing point, put it in a W pattern, confirm that W pattern is climbing across at 34. See if we can't get $1 out of that one. Crude's coming back into support. Do not be fooled. The long-term chart is completing a price pattern that is very bullish. And you can see that there, the reverse head and shoulders is going to complete across that line. It's not complete yet, but it is sure close. Back to the daily, you can see the previous high break, which it tried to do for a while, and now it's coming back into support for a bullish retracement. So look for opportunities at 53. Make sure 53 holds, otherwise it's going to break back into previous pattern, and that won't bode well. But this is a bullish retracement back into support, so support should hold. Should. Patterns do fail. TGB, look at there. Watching TGB, previous high break, stay above 2. Looks good above 2. Little flat top break coming. Boom, 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 boom. I don't see nothing. Gear. Of course, the GDST is up. The inverse of gold and silver's bullishness. JNUG did not hold support. Watch out below. A measured movement to 23. Watch for 23 bounce on JNUG. 20. It's gonna. 23 is a good number, round number, but it should fall below that if it had to. Watch for support. It's very thin. These things are coming down. This could be a reverse head and shoulders too. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, swing down. So let's watch support. It could come all the way down to 23 and below for a right shoulder to be legit. I'm not sure how that works, man. Thomas. I just trade charts. I'm not into fundamentals or because of this, because of that. But give me an industrial average. Are you talking about the industrials, like the Dow? Talking about the Dow when you say industrials? I think the market, both S&P and the Dow and the Nasdaq, they should all be pointing down. Even Google's up after a double top. Bounced off of support. Just seems fake. Oh, the Dow? Yes, it should. Absolutely. I don't know if crude is going to bring it down because crude is going into a bullish consolidation right now. That's a bullish consolidation. It's within the bullish trend. It's consolidating back into support. But the Dow, I mean, I don't see any reason why that is up that far. I mean, the tragedies around the country don't matter anymore, I guess. It just doesn't phase the market because that's not phased at all. That should be coming down. S&P might make a new high. Are you kidding me? It went through a bullish retracement on support, and now it's bouncing, and it's likely to break previous highs, S&P. It's likely. I don't know, does anyone else find this insane? I'm crazy insane right now about this. I don't get it. That's why I don't trade. That's why I quit trading. 2010 presidential election was probably the last time until the miners picked up last August or last March. That was before March. Must have been January. That was it. January 2016 is when I picked up the bat again. Traded the miners for that 6 months until it hit a top in August. And then slowly lost a bunch of money as the miners came back in for the year. But not a bunch of money. Should rephrase that. But now I don't see any legitimacy to these markets. Everything should be affected. There should be a sell-off. No sell-off, even after the Houston tragedy, even after Florida's debacle. I mean, when I don't know how many people evacuated, but it had to be in the hundreds of thousands. It's got to be hyperinflation. There's no other reason to suggest that this is real. This is inflation. It's getting out of control, and they can't cover it. I don't know how to. I don't know how would you check and see if that is real, if this is actually hyperinflation. I'm not smart enough to do the numbers, but I mean, we can just see a history itself before all these computer trading. 100, we have 150 years of hurricane stats. We can correlate the big hurricanes to previous market blips, and I bet you there's a blip at each hurricane. No blip now. No, not even after 2 hurricanes. No blips. It's straight up from here. I mean, S&P is going to break previous highs. JNUX still coming down. JNUX still coming down. I know, we're all complacent. I don't know how long we're going to just stand around being zombies, letting this all happen. I know it's only going to happen if it affects somebody. I was attacked by the IRS for about 10 years, so it affected me, and I'll never be the same because of it. So it's got to affect you to make you realize that this is fake, because I know this is fake. It's got to be fake. And let's just do a quick search. I'm going to do a quick search. Give me a second. Quick search on hurricane and economy. Irma, $290 billion lost, estimated. It's probably going to be 2 times that, 3 times that. Remember the 2008 debacle? Something like 800 billion that they needed to cover the run on the banks. So there's 300 in one hurricane in Harvey. What is Irma? Another 300. That's 600. Look, all right, right there. 600 loss. TARP needed 800 billion. We wrote them a blank check. And now look, we wrote them a blank check. Now they just prop this thing up whenever they want. We're paying for this crap too. We're paying for the fakeness. Makes you happy to be American right now. Silly, silly, silly. Previous high breaks come in. Broke Fridays. What is it? It's a daily chart. That's August 30th. It broke August 30th high. It's going to break previous highs in July. It's still going. Oh my God. Yeah, they got my money. If it makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside of the fakeness, more power to you, because this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. I want to see it break previous highs, all right? I do. I want to see it. I want history to be shown that hurricanes do not matter. Oh my goodness. Let's watch for a double top on S&P. Otherwise, it's going to break. Gapped into resistance. So gapped and ran into resistance. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's all fake, yeah. Well, it didn't hit Florida like they wanted to, but still, it's going to be, it looks like it's going to go into the Gulf and then regenerate and start again. So that's going to be another one. And then there's a couple more behind that. And let's just make sure the S&P keeps going up, though. Okay. It's going to break previous highs. We don't care about hurricanes or the economy or debt. We don't care about all that. This makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside when it breaks previous highs. Warm and fuzzy, that's all I care about. I don't see anything much more going on in metals. PVG still making another high. Let's jump over to pharmaceuticals. Let's see what happens. Everyone's selling drugs. Looks like OASM, watch for volume. Let's change this to a weekly. OASM, Oasmia Pharmaceuticals, little penny dollar stock. Over the 8 into support. Looks like it wants to break on a weekly chart. Watch for volume. IRDA. Looks like it hit a high and coming back in now. JNUG over the 8 into the 13. Let's watch it for support coming back into the 8. Find the trend. He's the one that made all the money today, I bet. Everyone else was short. Yeah, Oxycontin is the white man's heroin. That is for sure. Into resistance for JNUG. Let's watch support hit. Let's watch it bounce off support. Make sure it holds. Let's find a trend. Let's get back above resistance. 1 minute chart. Boom, boom. Does it hold? Does it hold? Back to pharmaceuticals. These are weekly charts. So I got OASM on its highs. Coming on a weekly chart that looks good for a flat top break into resistance. Let's see if we can confirm a bottom on that one. LVFN. That's a 2-bar punch. Watch for previous high breaks on that one. TTOO is on its highs, breaking across the 34. A little late on that one. Xenon. Look for previous, these are weekly charts. Watch for previous high breaks. A little balance point, previous lows, previous high, balance point, crack across that, confirming the bottom. Would be nice. Novan. Previous high breaks coming on that. That looks really nice. Look at the punch into the 34, back into support. Now the previous high break. Could be nice on that. Stay above 6, it looks like. JNUG hugging support. These are coming off of my scan, so very nice scan indeed. A weekly scan be a price above the 8, below the 13. You get these ones that are in the pinch. You wait for those previous high breaks. Tiva. Why are they peeved? Because the market went straight up instead of down? Is that what you're saying? And Tiva. Check out that Tiva. I never had Tivas. You talking about the shoe? Oh, that's just a accumulation bounce. You can see that accumulation, distribution, accumulation, and then just a bounce across resistance. That's a weekly chart. Let's check a look at the daily. Yeah, I'm peeved too. That's a bunch of crap. If there was any evidence of market manipulation, I think that could do it for a lot of people right there. When you put in your order for a short on Friday and come Monday morning, you get stopped out because the market went straight through the roof. Oh, Tiva's Pharma, all right. But you can see that falling wedge. Sorry if it's not clear. My charts are very sensitive. But it has a chance to do some damage. It was just a real sharp spike. It's that J curve at the 8 coming across the 13 spike. Watch price come back into support to gather its legs. JNUG did not hold. Got rejected at the gap. So look for last ditch effort for a double bottom at 2260. But that's the double bottom. If that does not hold, look for JNUG to be coming back in. That whole push was a bearish retracement back into resistance on the 60-minute chart for JNUG. Watch for previous low breaks, as it's likely to do a measured move across the 34. So let's take that. Looks like it already did it. I think it's going to take another leg down. If it breaks into previous highs, it's likely to ride in that range. Looks like 20 is going to come back to 20, it looks like. Let's check long-term chart. 2-bar reversal on the daily chart. And it's coming back in, oversold, or overbought. Coming back in on the RSI. But 60-minute chart says that is a bearish retracement. The crack down, bearish retrace back into resistance. Watch for previous low breaks. Easy deasy. Looks like it's coming back into support somewhere. I think 20 is the mark. What do you mean? What's that they've been saying? What you mean? So far, it's a rejection at the top there. S&P, S&P. JNUG does not look good on a 60-minute chart. Let's make sure that 20 holds when it gets there. Xenon. Previous high breaks coming. Little bounce off the 34 on the weekly. Oh, that's a daily, excuse me. Cherry pick in the previous highs. Oh, it's definitely market manipulation. 150 years of hurricane data. Yeah, I bet you can check the Dow against that map, and just every time I bet you there's a blip to the downside. Not this time. No. No, it's going to go straight through the roof. The hurricane didn't even phase us. 600 billion? No problem. I don't know. Maybe it's a last-ditch effort. Let's see an exhaustion move if that's the case. Let's see this gap. So far, it's getting rejected on the previous break. Let's see this get totally rejected and then the snapback across all lines of support. That's when I would bring back my, or I would scale back my skepticism. But it is still trying to break previous highs. So that is, I know everyone was short on Friday, right? And then it gaps open 20 points, 21 points now, 21 and a half now. Silliness. I don't know. I've been taking a lot of my fiat, buying physical every now and again for, I don't know, since before the market crashed in 2008, because I saw that coming. So I started buying precious metals then, physical. Now I'm saying, how much money can I get into the cryptos for security? These fiat dollars are a drain on my psyche. Every time I get a dollar, I'm going to trade it in. JNUG's hugging support. Let's see if we can find a runner. Novan. That looks like a great chart, Novan. Looks like 327 on the break on this one. Xenon. Pharmaceuticals, everyone's selling drugs. RWLK broke previous highs on the daily chart. Let's see if it'll come back in for a support buy. OASM. Oasmia. Need some volume on that one. It's cherry picking. FVE, previous high break coming on the daily. 5-star senior living right there. That's what makes money. Yep. Yep. Market makers saw everyone was short and they just took them out. Yep. So for that to be true, though, this has to be rejected on the previous highs because the shorts will be taken out and then the downfall. I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous, though. It's not a free market. Cryptos are more of a free market. Even though it's a struggle every day, when Bitcoin goes up, cryptos go down. And then when Bitcoin goes down, cryptos go down. So it's like a double-edged sword for cryptos right now. Trying to work through it. Trying to find a different pair I can trade on cryptos. Like I was noticing Monero a lot lately. Bucking the trend, Monero. S&P not on its highs, but it's very close. Looks like 2484 is the break on S&P. Dow, not at its previous highs yet. Yes, like Litecoin compared to the dollar, that took a very high rise. It's consolidating now. Litecoin, when it comes to the Bitcoin pair, let's see. I was thinking that buying Bitcoin Cash during Bitcoin's fall from 5,000 would be a good bet. Right here on Bitcoin Cash on the hourly chart, I have a reverse head and shoulders. The right shoulder is completing now. You can see the reverse head and shoulders on the hourly. I'm looking for this to pick up pace as the Bitcoin comes down. Litecoin, when it comes to Bitcoin, it should take a rise as well. Watch for previous high breaks. Looks like 1650 for Litecoin on the break on the upside. Where was it? Yesterday's runner was Burst. Pretty good runner. Hit previous highs on the daily chart. Watch for the next time it breaks previous highs on Burst. It is a bullish move coming. Could be a double on Burst. That was a good runner yesterday. Other than that, today, SYS is a runner. Broke outside that pattern. So that's a daily runner now. Broke a daily chart on the upside. Pretty nice. And oh yeah, DGB. Coming off the bottom. DGB. Bitcoin. See if I can get a weekly chart on this. Bitcoin has a 2-bar reversal. So it's still above the 8 on the weekly. So I'm thinking it'd be nice if it can go sideways for a while. But then again, it could gather its legs and just try again over that $5,000. I'm not sure how bullish it is. But the sell-off wasn't that great, I don't think. I mean, he had some good volume, but it's just one week of down volume. Not bad. I don't think there's a lot of sellers, so look for Bitcoin to consolidate up here. Could break down at any moment, but like I said, I don't think there's a lot of sellers on Bitcoin. Maybe some traders, but the traders are out now. This is mine for the year. I'm going to be buying this for the year. Looks like I have accumulation forming on a daily chart. So I don't know if it's done yet accumulating, but straight down nonetheless. That's not going to be live for a whole year, so I expect it to come down some more. I don't think there's anything much else to talk about on cryptos. They got slammed pretty good over the weekend. I played it safe last night. I bought BCH, so I'm waiting for that right shoulder to complete. Not that BCH. I bought BCH to Bitcoin. That one. Let's clear off my crap. JNUG still hugging support. Looking for a turn in BCH. I was taking a safe trade last night. So I'm looking for a reverse head and shoulders to complete today. That's it. Pretty much it on cryptos. What's going on here? Looks like we reached a high on S&P. So let's watch this snap back and break all lines of support and justify the hurricanes. Make them legit. Back to the miners. Let's see what oil's doing actually. ERN, missed that one. Sluggo, you're missing it, man. Market manipulation everywhere. The Dow and the S&P are gapping up today for some odd hurricane reason. No, I think it's going to come back into 20, man. I would hold off. The 60-minute chart says it broke down, bearish retrace back into resistance, and now it's going to flat bottom break to the downside. I think previous highs are at 20. Previous high breaks. That's not a good indication there. Watch this HOS off, came into support. Watch for previous high breaks on HOS. 200 shares at JNUG, huh? I would hold off, man. That's a nice curve into support, though, on the 1 minute. It's up to you, man. 60 minutes says it's coming down. 1 minute says I have a reverse head and shoulders. That's a right shoulder. If you can get support, then it's all power to you, man. I'm not showing any support on that 60-minute yet, though. But things can reverse. Things can just out of the nowhere. I mean, volume cures all illnesses. But I got a small breakdown on the 60-minute chart. Over the 34, back into resistance. Now it looks like it's got a short blip on the 1 minute. I'm thinking 20, but you know, I'm no professional, but I can see a bearish retracement. The only thing that will satisfy me on the upside is this broke back above the 8 and the 34 up in this area. But I don't have any support down here. I do not have any support. My 8, my 13, and my 34 are my support. If I'm below all those, I don't have any support. I got a thin line of previous low breaks. I think it's going to have to gather its legs at 20 and try again. Maybe it won't go all the way to 20, but I think it's on the way. Cherry picking over here, watching the green boxes, anything that closes on their highs or is at their highs. That's what the green boxes mean. Closing an HOS on its highs again. CGG, this is oil and gas. HLX, Helix, looks like it broke, coming back into support. Oil and gas is doing good. Got a bunch of them on their highs. Look at that one from the bottom, from the ocean's bottom. I would see what it does here first before you did anything. Because a break below 23 could get you 20, no problem. I would be patient. Don't jump in it now because it's at a bearish retracement. And a 60-minute chart says it's going to be bearish retracing for the next few hours. I like this chart off of Ocean Rig. It's a nice little bottom forming. Little penny stock. No volume to speak of really, but yeah, I would be patient. Keep an eye on that 60-minute chart. If it wants to break into previous lows, then I would suggest that the bearish retracement's finished. But it's got a lot of work to do. It's got a lot of resistance coming through here. It's more likely to break down. So back to that 1 minute chart where it had a little bit of life. Let's see how that works out for us here. One minute's trying to get support above the 34. Let's look for a rejection. That's our line of previous low breaks. Tahoe's still on its highs. Well, not exactly at its highs. I think it went to 7, but it's still holding up. SVBL didn't break. I got nothing on its highs. Actually, I want to look at this chart. S&P off its highs. Dow's off its highs. Dow's pretty close at its highs, actually. Let's look at GDX. A 3-bar reversal on that one. Dark cloud cover on GDXJ. I think I reviewed all of these last night. JNUG. JNUG on a daily is below the 8, so it's gotta go back above the 8. Looks like it wants to break into previous highs. Once it breaks into previous highs, you're in the 20s. It's going to ride that range down. 50% rule says 2040 on this candle right here. 50% rule on the long green candle there. Just above 20. Well, the miners suck. Let's go back to pharmaceuticals. Those are popping. Oh, Asmem. No volume, but it's got a nice little chart there on the bottom. Previous high break on this one, OCX. It's got some previous highs over here to deal with. If this pops on the 1 minute for JNUG, I'm looking for a lower high. Zine in again on its highs. Let's go back to oil and gas. I don't see nothing. Nothing we haven't already mentioned. Looks like the first hour's up for me. I gotta get my CRR. That looks like a nice little chart. Previous low, previous high, balance point at 750. You can see on the daily, it broke above the 34, into resistance, came back into support. Now it's doubling back. It's just a short wave away. CRR could be a nice little push. Looking for a lower high on JNUG. If you want to day trade it, Sluggo, might be a good push here, but look for a lower high as it got rejected trying to fill that gap this morning. And the 60 minutes says it's a little I got a glitch. I got a glitch. Oh, there we go. I just worry about that 60-minute chart, that's all. The 1 minute could put in a lower high, but the 60-minute chart says it broke down, bearish retreats back into resistance. The 8's crossing over the 34 now. And the last time it hit into resistance, it got rejected. We have a little bounce off of support here on the previous low, but nothing more than that. It looks bearish from here. So hang on, I would not always right. With a little kick in volume, that could shoot right across resistance, no problem. So watch for volume, I guess. But the next few hours, it looks like it's going to come back in. So watch for that. It looks like oil and gas are kicking it. So if you want to copy any of my watch lists here, these look really nice and juicy. They look like they're kicking. And the crude is doing a bullish retracement. So these are gearing up, it looks like. I imagine 6 months from now, it's not going to be down here in the bottom. So fill up your tanks. Fill up your tanks. These are all coming from a bottom. Very, very nice. Very nice. All right, well, let's take a look at one more time. Dollar's way up now. 3-bar reversal coming on the dollar. S&P still not breaking the highs, so we'll have to watch for that. Look for a rejection and then to cover the gap. And the Dow's almost at its highs. Apple's not out of the woods yet. Gold bounce off its lows, so I'll have to keep that going. Silver needs to break 1850, or at least hit 1850 before before it consolidates. But what do I know? 2-bar reversal on the miners too. Those are all going to come back in. But I got to get. Let me know what's going on out there. Hope everyone's safe. Looks like the hurricane didn't hit Florida like it wanted to, but it looks like it's going to go into the Gulf and gather its legs and try again. So we'll have to see how that works out. But watch the S&P for a rejection. Watch for support on the miners. Support should be coming short and sweet. It's a bullish consolidation now. Buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. Anywho's, I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate everyone. See you mañana. And I don't know how to turn this off. See you guys.